Hey, what is going on here, everyone? My name is Mayank Mishra, Senior Executive TezzDimag. I welcome you all in our first session of Electronics and Robotics. Now, in this session, we will learn how to give a basic idea to students of electronics as of teachers, and in further course, we will have a good solid understanding of electronic components and devices. Now, as we start, we have to set out a ground rule of our course. As we are setting a ground rule for our course, now we have to set a course for very basics, as our course mainly focus upon the children aged from 6 to 14. For the electronics part of this subject of this course, we have to focus mainly upon the student of age 11 to 14. This means you or the student will need no prior knowledge of electronics to follow along with us. आपको शुरुआत से लेकर एंड तक कोई भी शुरुआत की बिल्कुल जानकारी नहीं चाहिए होगी। हम आपको शुरुआत से लेकर बिल्कुल एंड तक एक स्क्रैच से छोटे छोटे कंपोनेंट से जो आपको स्क्रीन पे भी दिख रहे हैं उससे रोबोट्स इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स कैसे बनाए पूरी नॉलेज देंगे। अगर आप मेरा ही एग्जांपल ले लीजिए, मैंने बीटेक किया, मेरे को आगे आगे बहुत सारी प्रॉब्लम्स आई जिसको अगर मेरे पास ये कोर्स मेरे को स्टार्टिंग में सिखाया जाता तो मेरे को बहुत हेल्प मिलती। अगर आप एक और एग्जांपल लें, हमारा एक स्टूडेंट है जिसको हम शुरुआत से ये कोर्स पढ़ा रहे हैं, उसको आगे जाके अपना कोर्स लेने में ग्रेजुएशन करने में बहुत हेल्प मिलेगी, जिससे हमारे ये कोर्स जो रोबोटिक्स एंड स्टेम एजुकेशन है बहुत बच्चों को हेल्प करता है। नाउ एज वी आर स्टार्टिंग, वी आर गोइंग टू स्टार्ट फ्रॉम द बेसिक्स ऑफ इलेक्ट्रिसिटीज एंड बैटरीज, and then we will move on to simple components, and then on the uses of that components. We will be creating simple circuits and projects with the components that we will be learning about. हम बच्चों को छोटे छोटे सिंपल प्रोजेक्ट्स देंगे जिनसे वो रोबोटिक्स और इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स के छोटे छोटे कंसेप्ट आराम से समझ सकेंगे. And this way, you are able to see how different electronic components and topics can be implemented in actual projects. बच्चे जो हमारे इन कंपोनेंट्स के बारे में सीखेंगे, उनसे आगे के आने वाले प्रोजेक्ट्स को प्रैक्टिकली कैसे इन्वॉल्व कर सकते हैं वो बहुत बेसिक तरीके से सीखेंगे. जैसे आप स्क्रीन पे भी देख सकते हैं, बहुत अलग अलग तरीके के सर्किट्स और डिवाइसेस शो किए जा रहे हैं जिनसे बच्चे आगे छोटे पैमाने पे सीख के ऊंचे पैमाने पे कैसे जाएंगे. सो एट द एंड ऑफ द कोर्स वी विल इवन हैव enough knowledge to make our very own robot from very scratch and very simple electronics and chips. You can see right on the screen very small components and chips are shown by which students can make their own robots, and in a long way we can say that is amazing, isn't it? आपको भी ये बात सुन के बहुत अच्छी लगा होगा कि हम खुद के रोबोट्स बच्चों को सिखा सकते हैं. If you are learning with TezzDimag, you will have a lot of learning, and with that, you will have a lot of earning too. So as we have covered the earning and the learning part, it sounds wow, right? I know, right? It's an amazing course. I hope you all follow along and try it out, and maybe some of you will even find a new passion in electronics. आप लोगों में से बहुत सारे स्टूडेंट्स को आप ये बता सकते हैं कि उनको एक पैशन मिल जाएगा इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स की वजह से, हमारे कोर्स की वजह से. That would be so much awesome, and it's really fun. You just need to give it a try. Here at TezzDimag, we are going to learn a lot, and we are going to build a lot as well. As in the background, we can see various new robots and components which will be taught to students while on this course. So, देरी किस बात की है? Let us start our journey. Firstly, we will see what is electricity. Visualize a different world. एक ऐसी दुनिया की कल्पना कीजिए where you couldn't turn on a light, a computer, or even use an electric kettle. आप इलेक्ट्रिसिटी का यूज ही नहीं कर सकते अपनी फेवरेट हॉट चॉकलेट बनाने के लिए. We use electricity constantly in our daily lives. It is one of our most important type of energy and power that we use. Its uses range from small batteries that operate your remote control car, that is also a robot which we will use, to big motors operating like ships and trains. Electricity operates our lights, runs our fridge, our motors, our refrigerators, our TVs, and everything around us, which is run on what? That is electricity. So you got a general idea that we are surrounded by electricity all around us and things which are working on it. So after electricity, let's move on to electronics, the branch of physics which deals with electronic components, which the student learn in very simple way. Electronics. Electronics is the branch of science that deals with the study of flow and control of electrons. You have heard about electrons, right? As we can see on the screen behind me, what is the flow of electronic actually means? How that small coins-like structure move on our screen and move around an atom. We can see right on the screen. We will learn about it in very detailed way. As we have seen electricity, electronics, now comes the time where we should see what are the various components of electronics, like a simple diode, a resistor, even the switches around us. You have heard of switches, right? How and why we use resistor switches in our daily life? What are the symbols of that? What are the types of the resistors used? What are the graphs we can make? All the things we will learn in the further process. As we are starting with electronic components, first we see what are resistors. The symbol used and what it looks like you can see on the screen. It's a very small component. Why it is used? It is used for the current flow in electric circuits. It resists the current flow. Like if we cut the current flow, like as you can see on the screen, it cuts the current flow in any electronic device. How we use it? It works by converting electrical energy into heat. You have heard of that mechanism, right? Which is dissipated into the air. Okay, now as we take a simple example, if we are providing a large amount of electricity to our LED tube, it blows up and can also burst. A resistor is used so that a huge electricity is cut down in half when not in use. Now, while learning this, let us also see the physical and practical example of the resistors. As you can see on the screen, how a resistor cuts a current on an electronic device. Now as we move forward, let us talk about switches. Switches, does the nerve hurt? Okay, switches, as we are currently covered by the switches in our room. Wow, are we talking about switches? We can see we are totally surrounded by them. In the course of STEM, we will learn how the switches work, how are they made, and many more exciting things. Are you excited? I'm too much. There are many types of switches we can see on the screen right here, and various uses of that. Now, apart from this, in this course, we will learn a lot like working with robots, Arduino coding, various types of components, not just 3, a various list of 13, 14, up to 30 components. So what are we waiting for? Let us start. Let us give our children a basic idea of robotics and STEM education, so that which will help them in further future. So let us get started.